stadium that hosted Super Bowl 48 back in 2014. There's a look at MetLife Stadium here in East Rutherford. A few minutes ago, the hometown Jets were introduced to this sellout crowd, and it's a roar that could be heard across the river in Manhattan. They're set to go as their Jets will match up with the New England Patriots. Fielded just outside the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. On first down, it's Fields. Forced out to, and he's going to have to eat this one as down he goes. Leonard Williams able to drop him for a loss of 4 from his defensive tackle spot. So still 14 yards to go, second down. Another try after the first down sack. Fields.
Let's not quibble about the gain there on second down. That was a positive play because that was a take-what-you-can-get situation. Got out to the tight end. Now it gives them a much better opportunity to convert on third down.
A tough spot here on their opening drive. This is 3rd and 7. Here's Fields. He sets to fire deep. He's got a man complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Well, he's been doing this for a lot of years with the arm strength still there, and he showed it off on that one. Tucker McCann now for the extra point. He's got it, and the Jets lead 7-0. McCann's got it teed up. They'll run with a former member of the Crimson Tide, Damian Harris. And he's going to get a good gain of 9 here up to the 34. This defense for the Jets, they were terrific last week in the victory over Buffalo.
And every defensive team that we talk to, they spend a lot of time talking about creating turnovers. And anytime you get 2 or more in a game, you've had a really good performance. They exceeded that number in a huge way. They got the football back 4 times in the win.
Well, sometimes it's hard to take your eyes off this guy at the linebacker position. He can really cover some ground, and he did there to make that play.
And that is a situation where in a defender's mind, you just have to pick a point on the football field and think to yourself, I'm going to sprint full out and meet him at that point. Sometimes it works, sometimes it doesn't, but he had the play diagnosed perfectly there.
And it's hauled in by Austin Hooper. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line, tackled there.
And that was good protection there. No, that was great protection there because it allowed him to lock in on his receiver, although I think he was looking for his tight end on the corner route all the way. Nice connection there for a really nice gain.
On first down, he'll drop to throw. It's brought in by Harris. And he's going to get a solid gain of 9 before being brought down. 2nd and right at a yard.
As a passer, you're always trying to find that open window to throw the ball downfield. How about this one? Right in the middle of the field, right in the heart of the defense.
On 2nd down, this is Harris. And he is met at the line of scrimmage, and he goes down right there. Not enough there for a first. No gain, as a matter of fact. And it leaves them at 3rd and 1. And I see an extra defensive back on the field. Little surprise here on 3rd and 1. Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. Finding room to the 20. And all the way down to the 17-yard line. Quite the opening drive march they're on right now.
It looks a lot like what we saw in practice prior to the game, doesn't it? You know, because on that last big practice beforehand, you go through your offensive script. You go through your play calling. You go through all the stuff and establish things. And it looks like it's going like clockwork right now for them.
Inside the red zone here. They'll look to throw. And this is thrown to the sideline. No receiver in the area, though, and that's going to bring out a flag. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. A run with Harris out of the shotgun. And he's going to get forward for about 5, but that may be coming back. What say you, Mr. Referee? Temporarily out of field goal range now as they come up on a 2nd and long after the holding call. They'll set up to throw. And that one off the mark behind him, incomplete.
I think he's a little trigger happy right there, and it turned into an ill-advised throw into their zone.
Well, we know he has confidence. He'll throw it any place, anytime, anywhere. That time it fell incomplete. 7th play of this drive coming up, but a long way to go on 3rd down. Back to throw. And that is incomplete.
There is something to a game plan with trying to keep a defense honest. With a guy with that type of speed, you do so. Send him deep. Try and throw some air under it and hope you connect downfield. On that play, they were unsuccessful.
So now on comes the field goal unit, and wow, this is no ordinary try here. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. On 4th down, ready to punt, Michael Dixon. He punted 3 times in the loss last week as he sends this one away. And great special teams work here. This is knocking on the door of the 5. They'll spot it at the 6-yard line.
Well, someone's going to be happy with that effort. You know who else is going to be happy? His defense.
Absolutely.
He's created a very long field for that offense to try to traverse.
And he got some help from Mr. Football there, checking up nicely. Good English on that punt. Jets offense coming up now to start their next drive. And he's got his man in stride, complete. And they'll get him down up past the 15, just shy of the 20.
So many times in my career, I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing. But as long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
And he's going to get this one across the 30-yard line.
A good run there off right tackle in old school NFL football. The right side of the offensive line, often known as the nasty side. The left side, usually the technical side. Kind of reminds me of the old Atlanta Falcons 2009, 2010. That's how they constructed their offensive line.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. Now Fields. Over the middle, complete. It's Barber. And they're going to have this across midfield and inside the 45. And that last throw right there putting him already over 3,000 passing yards now for the campaign.
And given where we are in the season, Brandon, you have to think to yourself, if he stays healthy, I think 4,000 is a given. I think 5,000 is not out of the question if he stays hot.
On 1st and 10, here's Fields. He'll check this one down to Barber. Oh, Barber loses it, and it's picked up by the Patriots. And the return stops just a few yards shy of midfield. He'll spot the ball at the 47-yard line. And now before the ball changes hands, they're going to take a look at this just to make sure that they have it right. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
Push him back. Mike's 50. Mike's 50. Ain't no such thing as a loss. We take it.
On second down, Barber. And he works it to the 30-yard line here, right at the 30.
All right, Brad, I know we're in the early going here, but those kind of runs, they're going to open up a world of opportunities for this offense going forward.
So 1st and 10 now from the 30. Fields going to get this one out on the perimeter. And taking it to the 15-yard line before he's brought down. Defensively, they're going to have to do something about him in a hurry because that last catch puts him over the 100-yard mark. We haven't even hit the second quarter yet.
And you did say they'd have to do it in a hurry. It has to be right now because as his confidence grows, it'll actually overwhelm the defense no matter what they do.
And he'll go down. Brought down at the 20-yard line. Leonard Williams, the former number 6 overall pick, got the sack that time. And it's never good to take a sack. You really don't want to take one down here in this part of the field, down near the red zone.
Not at all, because you're already pretty much assured of a field goal. But you take a big sack, it could push you out of range, and that's why defenses get a little more aggressive in this situation. They're almost conceding the 3 points. They want to push you back and try and take you out of that.
After the sack on first down, Fields. This will be dumped off to Barber. And he's going to be brought down just shy of the 5 at the 6. It'll be a pickup of 15 as that'll lead to third down. After 7-0 on EA Sports. They'll try and run here with Barber. Boy, no chance as he was met and dropped behind the line there. Not at all what they envisioned on third down. 3 yards in the wrong direction.
Just a simple run play there on 3rd and 1, but this D was up to the challenge and stopped them, bringing up 4th down.
So they wind up turning the turnover into points as they convert there for 3.
Yeah, that was a nice job there to force the fumble. They recover, hand things over to their offense, and then the offense went down and got them 3. That alone, that's not enough to win a game, but both units able to do their jobs on these last 2 drives.
And he'll be brought down right on the chalk of the 20. The Pats at the line, ready to go. Nothing for them yet from an offensive standpoint, down 10-zip as they come up 1st and 10. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. A loss of a full 3 yards, and now it's 2nd down. They'll look to throw. And now this one may draw a penalty. He just blindly threw that one to the sideline. And, yep, indeed, the flag is out. So now it's 3rd and long, because remember, they also lose it down on the grounding call. Now back to throw. He's got room to run past the 20 as he's all the way up to the 24-yard line.
I don't know how many times, not just in my playing career, but you and I working together, have we ever heard a coach say, you know, I just don't have that play on my call sheet.
And they're going to fake it from deep in their own territory. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. There are times to run that fake, and there are times to not run it, and this, without question, would fall in the latter category.
Well, I don't know about without question, partner. I think we should look at the analytics on this one because, oh, yeah, the analytics say, yeah, without question. You should have gone ahead and punted the football because now not only did you not get it and you really have no chance to, what a short field that you turned the ball over to the other offense. And time to give some credit to the big fellas. Offensive line here because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes because you got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
Barber. And he is in. Touchdown, New York. A great effort there with his 16th touchdown of the year. And the Jets are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that makes our score 17-0. McCann's got it teed up. Returnable here for Davis. And a good effort on the return there. Gets him across the 30, up to the 33. The Pats at the line, ready to go. They're down 17-0, really needing to find that offensive spark on this drive as they have it with a 1st and 10. Looking for Thomas, but that's intercepted. Picked off at the 36. Well, we've seen a lot of mistakes here in this first half, and another there on the interception.
Yeah, they're certainly starting to pile up, aren't they? Because, let's face it, we expect a miscue here and there, but they're already down 3 scores and still giving the ball away. If they want to get back into this one, touchdown! It's complete. Brevin Jordan, his 4th touchdown on the year. And the Jets are able to add on to their first half lead. A good tight end is a heck of a weapon for any quarterback, especially when you're able to create some mismatches. Sometimes they work against a linebacker, sometimes they work against a smaller defensive back. But when they find it, they go to it, and it often results in touchdowns.
Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. McCann's got it teed up. Returnable here for Davis. And up to about the 26-yard line, just across the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And last time, 1-play interception, so this offense, they should be fresh. He'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. It'll be a loss of 7 on the sack, and it brings up 2nd.
This offensive line has struggled. In fact, when we sat down with the coach, he said it's been in tatters lately. They allowed 6 sacks in their last game. Just gave up another one right there.
In tatters, so it sounds a little bit like this right now?
Exactly. It's like that paper being ripped. And right now, they got fined.
And that's caught inside the 30. And he takes it all the way down to the 3. A big play there for New England. Quite a show of arm strength right there. That was in the air for a long time, and it was on target, too. After the big play, a chance to finish now on 1st and goal. Harris. And he's going to get this back to the 3-yard line and no further. They'll say no gain on the play, and it'll be 2nd and goal.
I know that speed is the hallmark of today's NFL game, but the key to good rushing defense is still having your linebackers set the edge.
Again, it's Harris, and he'll take it into the end zone for a Patriot touchdown. Damian Harris, his 6th touchdown of the season, and the Patriots get a score closer. Extra point right down the middle, and that'll cut this to a 17-point spread. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They are just putting things together so well here, drive after drive. They really have captured the momentum, haven't they?
They've taken momentum and pretty much not just given him a jersey, but a seat on the bench as well. Whatever do you need, you've got it, because the way they're stringing things together and creating that distance between them and their opponent, it's really hard to narrow that gap. And the other part is they're taking their spirit away from them, too.
Yeah, now they're just looking to add to that total. On 2nd and 12, Fields. He'll find Barber out of the backfield. So back-to-back plays, each get nothing. And they'll be facing a 3rd and 12.
As a defense, you're more balanced when you're in zone coverage because you're able to keep your eyes on the quarterback and see the play develop in front of you. They're able to keep the quick pass in front of them and stop it right at the line of scrimmage.
Throwing on 3rd down, Fields. He's going to sling this deep downfield. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. A big play there. 77 yards. And the Jets find a way to stretch their lead. Extra point by McCann. Up and good. And the route is on here in this first half. McCann's got it teed up. And they'll let that one go as it skips through the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. I guess they have to feel a little gratified to at least get on the board last time, but still work to do.
No doubt about it. I wonder now if they're going to try to increase the urgency a little bit, maybe pump up the pace, maybe go 2 minute. Who knows? Let's see what they decide to do.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Yeah, another negative play in an early down situation. This one to start the drive. You're putting a lot of pressure on your quarterback to bail you out when you're in 2nd and long yardage.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
This defense has been very disruptive early on as they force another one to go awry.
It seems to be the front and the back. In pass rush, they've been able to get home, and they're taking the ball away in coverage as well.
I love how you put it together. The front and back working in sync, only way to play good defense.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. He gets it left side to Johnson. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
When you're struggling on offense, you're looking for anything possible to get you going. Sometimes you do it like basketball teams that don't normally press. You put a press on, bring people to life, make them move a little bit quicker. Maybe that'll help them as they head towards the half.
Oh, he dropped it. And that's pretty indicative of the way this one's gone.
I think that was good strategy there, trying to go right back to him after the last completion. But this time, the defense was all over him, and they got there to break that one up.
So after the incompletion on 1st, now 2nd and 10. He's going to try and take off with it. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. 2 minutes remaining in this first half of football. And we'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. Give him a couple on the scramble. It's 2nd down.
They brought the blitz that time, and I thought they were going to get to him, but instead, he flipped it on its ear and ended up picking up positive yardage.
I thought he was dead to rights, but you are exactly correct, sir. Able to turn that into a positive gain. Here's 2nd and 8. He'll rifle this one deep right side. Oh, he rifles one, and that's going to be intercepted. Picked off at the 12. He's at it again, Charles. He had the pick 6 last week. Not a pick 6 here, but an interception.
It's another Oski, because that's the word we use when we intercept the pass. Oski tells your team to rally around and block for you, but that worked really well last week because he had made it all the way to the end zone. This week he got the Oski, maybe not a touchdown, but boy, he's playing really well.
And he'll go out of bounds right around the 40. A good pickup there. 8 yards on the first down completion. They like going to him in the slot. He catches another one.
I think this comes under the heading of, until they stop him, why not go back to it? He has something going really well. Great working relationship with the guy throwing the ball, and they keep making the connection.
And he works it past the 30, almost to the 25.
Let's just call it what it is. This has been a flat-out struggle for this defense all game long. They've really had a hard time slowing them down. And while I'm not big on speeches and guys jumping up and down, they might need their team leader on defense to get in their face right now, light a fire under these guys. They've got to start playing better assignment football and start getting guys on the ground.
They'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11. On the handoff, this is Barber. Dances by at the 20. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10.
That's how you get right up off of the mat, because on the last play, they stoned him in the backfield and dropped him for a loss. But he's the type of guy that scared me a little bit because he's not daunted. Just got right back up, showed some confidence, and picked up a first down with his very...
And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. A great play there as the first half is winding down. And the Jets would extend their lead here just before halftime. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And the lead will swell by one more. So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they'll take over with just 16 ticks remaining before intermission. And he'll just push his way forward for a few as the clock will run. Give him 3 on first down. It'll set up a 2nd and 7. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Final adjustments being made for the second half. Whether they'll amount to much in a game that's already pretty well decided, well, that's another question. Nevertheless, let's get you back out to Brandon and Charles.
Okay, Coach, thanks. Yeah, that's something to consider. Are we in for more one-way traffic here in the second half? It has not been a competitive game to this point. The Patriots trailing here, but they will have the football first as the third quarter is underway. And that one will bounce out of the back of the end zone, so we will start here at the 25. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And they have a mountainous deficit looming in front of them. It was really, Charles, a disaster of a first half. So where do they go from here?
Well, first thing they have to remember is that what's done is done, and there's no going back. And now you have to play this drive by drive. Obviously, come back in this spot, pretty unlikely. But you still have to go out, take pride in your work, and try and put something together here in the second half.
Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Uses the stiff arm, and he'll get this up past the 25 before he's out of bounds. 4 yards on the pickup there as they get it back to a more manageable 3rd and 7. They'll set up a throw. It's caught over the middle. Hooper. And he will have a Patriots first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he'll maneuver his way forward for about 4. 2nd and 6.
Well, if you're a football guy, that's a pretty run because everyone is in sync right there. Obviously, the guy carrying the ball, but how about the people up front? Leverage, athleticism, they created some nice space for him.
Again, it's Harris on 2nd down. He'll be taken down at the 48 for a pickup of 2 yards. Just not a whole lot of room to operate there on that carry.
No, not at all. They did a really nice job staying in their proper places and not allowing any lanes to open up.
Back to throw here. And he's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off near the 44. The first half did not go their way, and that's not going to help matters at all. An interception here on the opening drive of the 3rd quarter.
Obviously not what they were striving to accomplish. But you know who's really upset on their team? The defense. Already trailing, they're going to be counted on to try and hold that score at least where it is.
And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. He'll lose a yard there, and it's 2nd and 11.
With his size, it often takes more than one guy to get him down, but if you can at least slow him up and the reinforcements arrive, you have a chance to get him on the ground, and that they did that time for a loss.
Once again, it's Barber. And this winds up a gain of 4 to the 41.
Well, you certainly have to give a little credit here because they are playing this game now at their pace. This is ball control football, sustained runs, taking their time, and making it work.
Here's Fields. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. Leonard Williams picks up his 2nd sack of the afternoon. Here's the Jets punter now. And the way this offense has moved the ball, he hasn't been needed till here in the 3rd. He was only asked to punt once in the victory last week as he sends this one away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Patriots take over. The Pats at the line, ready to go. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. A good gain on first has him set up with 2nd and just a couple of inches now from the 29. On the give, this is Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. He lost 2 there, and it's 3rd down.
That was well played there defensively. 2 tight ends in the formation, which essentially gave them 7 blockers up front. Hard to imagine with all that size and beef that they could let a tackler through, but that's exactly what happened.
a loss resulted.
They'll run again with Harris. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. A 3-yard loss. 4th down now.
Well, we saw a lot of negative plays that resulted in plenty of lost yardage in the first half. And that trend is continuing here.
Now here's Michael Dixon. On, we think, to punt, though he's faked it earlier, but he was unsuccessful. And a fair catch signaled for and taken at about the 18-yard line. A big kick that time, 52 yards. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. They've got the lead. Last time had to punt it, though. What's the key to this drive?
I think it's leverage. Big guys up front. You know the motivational speech on the sideline is, guys, give us an opportunity. Protect the passer, create space for our runners, and let's go ahead and get these guys. Low man wins. Let's go do it on this drive.
We'll watch that leverage on this drive. And he stopped immediately there. 2 runs in a row, but only 2 yards to show for it. This defense, tough to run against. And those linebackers, they'll go side to side up the field, and there they get them for no gain.
If you can't get linemen upfield to the second level to occupy them, they have a field day just running to the football and putting ball carriers on the ground. Not many yards after contact when they wrap up like that.
Here's Rodgers to throw. This goes to Barber, the running back. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 3 quarters in the books. We'll return with more after this break. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Barber on 1st and 10. He was brought down there by Julian Love. Well, these two teams, they met up earlier in the year, back in week 2. And it was the Jets winning on the road, so they're looking to finish off the sweep here now at MetLife Stadium. They'll stay on the ground with Barber. He'll get about 4 as he's past the 35 to the 38-yard line.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew they'd be in situations where it'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
The Jets on 3rd down. They've converted 3 out of 5 thus far. They need just a yard here. It's 3rd and 1. Now it's Jennings. Fighting through it, he's got space. A big gain there on 3rd and long.
Unfortunately, I've been here before. They got 2 opportunities to stop them, so this is demoralizing. They haven't gotten it done. Now you're calling all your blitzes, all your attack defenses, but you're not worried about playing your normal position. You're going to take chances now.
Well, you said it. 2 third-down opportunities to get off the field. Couldn't do it, and the clock continues to roll. They give it off here to the tight end. Might have gotten this one down to the 28, and that's all. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. They'll run the counter with Barber. 61 yards rushing for him now with a couple of touchdown runs to boot.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
So 2 of 2 on 3rd down conversions on this drive, and now they face a 3rd and 3 here. They'll keep it on the ground. Barber.
Well, that's a carry they have to be satisfied with. And throughout this game, they've been satisfied with what he's given them. Whenever they've needed a big run, a first down, he's the guy they've turned to. And it doesn't matter what the defense thinks. They feel like they've got the confidence to keep handing it to him and keep picking up good yardage.
And a short pickup there down to about the 9. It's a gain of a yard, and it'll set up 2nd and goal. Defensively, pretty good start there with their backs against the wall.
That's a win for the stop troops right there. And if I'm them, I get a little bolder now. They won the first battle. Keep coming after them. Put the pressure on them.
And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down. They'll run with Barber. And he will get into the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Extra point by McCann, up and good. And that will extend this big lead. McCann's got it teed up. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Pats at the line, ready to go. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game has played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Kelvin Joseph that time in on the tackle. Seems pretty obvious defensively a key was stopping the run game. How have they done it so successfully?
To me, it seems that these guys really did a nice job of paying attention during the scouting report meeting. And you know, Brandon, when they do those, they talk about the top plays that these guys like to run. The best runs for the top running back, those are the ones you focus on and want to take away. And they've done that pretty successfully in this game.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. So the Patriots with the football as we get you reset. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. Looking to throw on 2nd down. Dixon. He finds his man complete. That's Knight. And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. A big play there for the Patriots.
At this stage, there's nothing left to do but to keep firing. And if you're a play caller, you may go off your sheet and use some things maybe you hadn't planned to in this game. Maybe that was one of them there that worked.
So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. And they'll indeed take a knee. And they take a knee. A 3rd down now. Those last 2 plays indicative of how things have gone for them. Just nowhere to go on the ground and struggling to put up points. And they will take a knee here. So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And he'll try and throw here on the fake. Oh, and this turns into a mess as it's intercepted. Picked off by Kelvin Joseph. And the Jets come up with a late turnover, but it will probably only matter to the statisticians as this ball game is not officially over. because it's one thing to win. It's another thing to win and put up the amount of points that they did. Boy, were they clicking on offense.
They can't help but feel great about themselves, can they? I mean, what a game.